Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm keeping my voice down because I'm in the waiting room, but I'm doing a review of Virgin Atlantic Economy Delight from London Heathrow to Washington Dulles. It's about a 7.5, 8 hour flight, and I'm gonna do a review of the airplane, the food, the seat, and maybe the bathroom. We'll see, but it's probably nothing to praise over. But let's go. Here's the bird that'll be taking us across the Atlantic over to Washington Dulles, and her name is Miss England. She is set up in a 2-4-2 layout for economy, with Economy Delight being on the outside. At the seat now, let me show you around the first bit of the seat. Alright, so here's our seat here. We got a TV pocket. It's actually pretty good legroom here. Legroom is really solid. It's two here. These are the Economy Delight seats on the outside of the ring, and then the inside is regular economy. Let's see if the screen works here. Alright, screen hasn't turned on yet, so that'll be later when I show you the screen. But it's a pretty solid view out the window too. So far, Virgin Delight Economy Delight version, pretty solid. Alright, so I look at the seat. It's not anything special. It's the same about as the economy. It's just there's a little bit more leg room, and we have these things right here that kind of bend. So there's some bendy things up there too, but otherwise they're about the same. A little bit more about the aircraft and the flight that we are on right now. We are flying a Airbus A330, and the flight time today to Washington Dulles is 8 hours and 5 minutes. Just in case anybody wanted to see what the safety card looks like on Virgin Atlantic, there you go. There we go for the Virgin Atlantic A330 Airbus. Your typical seat back comes with the basics: a flight safety card, magazine, and the most important thing, a barf bag, just in case you need it. Here on Virgin Airlines, just about to push back here in a few, and I got very lucky as there's nobody sitting next to me in seat 55B, so I got the row to myself right now. Pretty lucky. One thing I'll say is that the flight entertainment system is not working for me right now. I don't know if I'm bad luck, but that's happened the past 3 times that I've flown Virgin, and it just seems to be my row, or like the row in front of me. So yeah, hers isn't working as well, but everybody else seems to be working, so that's not a Virgin problem. I think that's just like me. We'll say that's a me problem. I know you can't see me, but we are next up for takeoff, so we should be in the air here in just a bit. Okay, taking a closer look at the seat here, we have some AV plugs, which I haven't seen in ages, and we have a USB port here for to charge your devices, and an iPod port, which I also haven't seen in ages. There's nothing on the bottom of the seat cover here, but on the seat we have a power button, a light on, light off, and a flight attendant call button. Nothing too fancy. Update on the in-flight entertainment system. So it's not working for my, I guess, the 2 seats I'm in, and then the 2 seats in front of me. I don't know about behind me, but they don't work. Hold on.
Just to keep you updated, we are delaying the service just for approximately 10 minutes, just while the flight deck avoid this area of turbulence. Thank you.
We're avoiding turbulence, but the in-flight entertainment system doesn't work. It's unfortunate, but I downloaded a couple movies and stuff like that before I left, so should be alright. Would be nice, but there's nothing you can do about it. So, but they did offer the people in front of me to move up to a row of regular economy. I was like, I think I'll be alright. I'm not gonna ask or say anything. And they've reset it twice, so they have tried. So I'm not gonna hold it against Virgin, but do fix your entertainment. So yeah, we are going to hold that against Virgin. Okay, another issue I have ran into is that the internet is not working. I don't know if it's my device or if it's the internet on the plane, which I wouldn't be surprised if it's the plane. So Virgin's getting some cookie points knocked off for that too, but they can make up with it with the food. Okay, first snack service just came by. Let me show you what they gave out. We have Indulge sour cream crunchy corn nibbles. They're vegan friendly, gluten free, have no nuts, and they're high in fiber. They make you poop. And I got some water to go with it. Okay, here's the food. The little corn things were good, but here's the actual food. We got chicken tikka masala, which I'll show you in a second. Some bread, salad, pudding, some cheese and crackers, and I got some water to go with it. Let me show you the chicken. So I'm not gonna say that this looks the best because it doesn't, but I'm very optimistic about how it tastes. So let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's disgusting, but I mean it's nothing to rave over. Just basic airplane food. If I were to give it a rating out of 10, Keith Lee style, I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. So the salad is literally just that, so I'm not gonna rate that. I will rate the chocolate though, so let me finish the food and then I'll get to the chocolate. Time for the chocolate. Hold on. The salted caramel and chocolate, creamy and silky coconut collab. I think it's pudding. Let's see. Right on the money, it is pudding. As you can see, I kind of cheated and already licked the lid, but we're gonna see how good it is. If it's gone, it's good. If it's not gone, it's not good. As you might have guessed, if you've seen any other videos or any of my shorts, that chocolate mousse, it wasn't even like pudding. It was too thick to be a pudding, but we're just gonna call it pudding. Yeah, it's most definitely gone. And Trace finished in a record time of like 3 minutes. Yeah, I need to slow down. Okay, bathroom review time on the Virgin Atlantic Airbus A330. I don't know how I have hair on me. 1 second. Okay, so the bathroom, pretty simple. We got a toilet that works, a sink, and you know what? The space isn't too bad actually. It's bigger than it looks on the outside, so pretty good. Headroom ample. Can spread out a little bit of a chicken wing there, but other than that, nothing special. About an hour left in the flight, and the flight attendants are now coming around with some, they call it afternoon tea, but it's 8 o'clock at night in the States and like pushing 12 a.m. in England. So not really afternoon tea, more like a midnight snack. But we have about an hour till landing, and I will show you the snack when I get it. Okay, so they just got the food. Let me show you it real quick. So for Mile High Tea, as they call it, we have a hot roll, which it is hot. I touched it. We have a popcorn carousel, something British. We have a double cheese and spring onion sandwich, and we have some cottage cheese. And I think I'm probably just gonna get some more water to drink. So let's chow down. Also, I forgot there's a strawberry jam right here. So I'm gonna do not a Keith Lee food review, but I'll just let you know how each one is. Mile High Tea. So the first thing I ate was that little finger thing. I don't know what it was called, but it was like a little brownie. Pretty good. 7 out of 10. Then I went for the biscuit. That biscuit, it was good. It was warm, but God save me, it was dry. It might have been up there with like Popeye's biscuits, but it was good though. But we have to knock it down because of dryness. We'll put it at a 5 out of 10. The spring onion and cheese sandwich, whatever it is, that was actually hitting. That was really good. I'll give that a solid 8 out of 10. And then like the strawberry jam, that was just strawberry jam, so I'm not even gonna rate it. But we should be coming in here for landing here in a few, and I'll give my full review right before we land. So Virgin might get some more points because they just gave out some of these. Hold on, let me show you. A lady just came around with a bowl of candy and we had some Smarties Love Hearts. So New York is gaining, not New York, golly, Virgin is gaining a lot of points from that. Can't even lie. But speaking of New York, though, that's Long Island over there. So we're getting really, really close to our destination, and it shouldn't be long until we get there. So, just to recap, we're going to give everything a rating out of 10. We're going to look at the categories of the service, the food, the seat, and the entertainment. So, first one, the service. The flight attendants were great. They're always coming around, asking if you want water, any snacks or anything like that. They're very friendly. They're great. They can get a 10 out of 10 for me. The food. I mean, it's nothing to cry home about. Cry home to about, whatever the saying is. So, I'll give it a 6.5, maybe 7. I don't know. Forgot the other categories. Oh, the seat. Seat's nice leg room. Nothing like crazy comfortable. There was a bunch of padding or anything, so it's not bad. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. And finally, the in-flight entertainment. There was none. At least on my row there wasn't, so I can't tell you how that was. But on previous experiences, it hasn't been bad. It just has your basic movies and stuff like that. But for this experience, I'm about to give it a 0 since there was none. And let me add up those ratings real quick and average them out. So after averaging those out and rounding up, Virgin Atlantic's Economy Delight gets a 6 out of 10. If there was in-flight entertainment, it probably would have got boosted up to about an 8, but there was none. So it's not horrible. I do recommend it for sure. It's very comfortable. The plane's nice, honestly, and it's just good vibes up here, so I recommend it. But now, looks like we're passing like Philly or something like that. I don't know. My map doesn't work. But we're passing by someplace, and we're about to come in for a landing. This was my first airline review that I've ever done, so there's probably a lot of holes in it, a lot of gaps, and it's probably not top tier. But if it is, let me know if it is. If it isn't, let me know if it isn't. No hard feelings. But if you enjoyed it, leave a like. Even consider subscribing. And if you didn't enjoy it, tell me how much you hated it in the comments. But I do appreciate you guys if you watched it to the very end, or if you just watched it in general. I appreciate it. And see you on the next one. Peace.